Hello, it's me, Mario. Woohoo! You watching GRTV, my favorite. Wahoo!
RTXD ready for launch. Your package ready for delivery. RTT. Archangel ready for...
We're looking at Call of Duty Black Ops. I guess our first question is, how many zombies on screen at once?
We haven't revealed what our co-op mode is in Black Ops quite yet. It will be a standalone, separate, unique mode from the campaign. It'll be up to 4 players online or 2 players local split screen. But more details will have to wait until later this year, unfortunately.
And you revealed 2 locations so far, is that correct?
For single player, yes. So we'll be taking you confirmed to Soviet Russia, up in the Ural Mountains, weapons manufacturing facility. We'll also be taking you to Southeast Asia with Vietnam or Laos. But those are the only 2 we've confirmed so far. We don't want to spoil this story. The Cold War was a global conflict. There's a variety of locations all around the globe in Black Ops, but those are to be discovered as you play through the game.
Can you say, beyond the Black Ops team being there, what connects these 2 locations?
Our overarching storyline. There's a plot. There's a 100% original fiction that we've created for this game. So it is a game that's set in the Cold War era, but it's not about the Cold War or any of its historical conflicts. It's about our fictional conflict. So even the Vietnam sequences, which Vietnam, of course, was a historical conflict, we're not there fighting the Vietnam War. We're there specifically to carry out a covert mission, a deniable operation that your Black Ops team, in particular SOG, the Studies and Observations Group, they're sent in for a specific objective that has to do with our story. So it'll be our storyline that connects all those threads together.
And Vietnam is quite a well-visited location in shooters. Did you find it hard to go about finding set pieces that haven't been done in other games before?
It was certainly a challenge, but I think more than a challenge, it was an inspiration and an opportunity. The Black Ops theme really opened a lot of those doors for us. Since we weren't just covering the Vietnam War. We had all these new possibilities. We spoke with veterans from SOG, a veteran in particular, Major John Plaster, and he was able to tell us firsthand anecdotal stories about the kind of stuff he was doing in that region. Those things inspired our designers and our creatives over at Treyarch to create some of the missions that you're going to see in the game. We also spoke to a Black Ops advisor from the other side, former Russian Spetsnaz operative Sonny Puzikas, and he was able to tell us all about their Black Ops and their training and how it differed from ours, and we were able to even to create an AI type in the game out of his feedback. So these things, it's not just the Vietnam War, and it's not about the Cold War. It's really about our fiction and our story, and the Black Ops teams. Really opened a lot of doors, gave us a lot of creative liberties.
So did you basically say that your AI has been designed by a Russian secret agent?
Yeah, it's one AI type that is actually pretty true. One of the tactics he told us about was getting off the X. And so what they did when you're training to be a Spetsnaz soldier is you have to learn to not die. And he told us a story about how he was sent downrange at a firing range without a weapon, and his instructors started firing live ammunition at him, and he just needed to learn they needed to learn what it felt like to be shot at, because when you're actually getting shot at, you're terrified, even if you're on the battlefield. So they needed to learn how to cope with those emotions and those sensations. They trained a technique called getting off the X, where as soon as they saw a muzzle pointed at them, bullets fly relatively straight, so even a movement like this will result in the bullet missing you if the muzzle was aimed at your head. So whether it's that, or whether it's a duck or a roll or a weave, it became second nature to these guys. It became a natural reflex, like breathing, as soon as they identified a muzzle pointed at them, to get off the X. And then also they were a very aggressive fighting force, so they would keep the pressure, they would keep moving. So we were able to make an AI type in the game called, we call it the Rusher. So you're going to, I think even the veteran Call of Duty players are going to be presented with this AI type, and they're they're going to realize it's a formidable opponent.
So things at Activision have been shaken up over the past few months, and there's a lot of news about it, Infinity Ward and a lot of departures. And does this mean that Treyarch is moving into like the driver's seat as far as the Call of Duty series is concerned?
We don't think of it that way. We've always had the philosophy of making the best game we can possibly make. You know, and even over 18 months ago when we started Black Ops, before any of that stuff happened, you know, we completely went all in. We put our money where our mouth was, and we refocused every single developer to work exclusively on Call of Duty. So it's over a 250-ish developer studio, instead of working on 3 games like we have in the past, like when we made World at War, Quantum of Solace, and Web of Shadows. Now we're just working on Call of Duty. And you know, that's allowed us so many more resources, opened a lot of more doors, opportunities for us to create just the best content of our lives. So you know, this is the best game that we've ever made out of our studio. We're confident about that, and we can't wait to see what the fans and the press think about it.
Excellent. Thanks for your time. Cheers.